Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today I would like to play with batteries. And I would like to play with batteries because I have bought a MPPT charge controller for batteries to be put on solar panels and to charge batteries. And it's designed for charging a battery bank of 4 batteries in serial. So I needed to find 4 batteries, and I found 4 batteries, old car batteries, and they're not the same size. They ranges from, this one is 100 amp hours and this one is 44 amp hours, and it's not really that good to have batteries that different, but this was what I got. And I'll try to get some other ones that are better, but right now these are what I got. Way back I made a video about multimeters, and I was searching around for my very first multimeter and I found it. This was the first multimeter I ever got, and I even remember what it cost. It cost 88 kronas at that time, and that is probably about $14 or something like that. And I have had this for years, and now it actually doesn't work anymore. So, but I'm gonna take this apart maybe in another video. Maybe I won't. But, even though it's broken, I'll keep it just for memories and stuff like that. So, but these batteries are not in, I don't know what condition they're in. Some of them are charged earlier this year. These two over here are kind of a couple of new batteries. If you saw my videos on trying to charge relive a battery from 1978, which didn't end out well. Well, it did. I didn't recover that battery, but I exchanged it for these 2 batteries. So I'm gonna see if they're good, and I'm gonna test them, and I'm gonna fill them up with distilled water. I have some distilled water here, and I have a battery tester that I bought quite some time ago, but I've never tested it yet, so I'm gonna try that. And it should be for measuring how much acid and stuff there's in it. I have no idea how this works, and I was kind of disappointed because there was absolutely no manual with it. So they just sell you a thing like this with a scale and red and white and green, and apparently you're supposed to know how this works, but I'm guessing that I suck up water from the battery, or battery acid from the battery, into this chamber, and at some point there will be a water level, and this thing will be in the green or in the white, and what do you do if it's not there? I have no idea. So I might sound a little strange. I'm still sick, kind of sick, but I'm gonna start with something completely different. I'm gonna wipe off the batteries so they're at least nice and clean, because they're quite dirty. So let's start there. So I just cleaned the batteries a bit, just on the outside, because I have to take off all these lids and check if there is missing battery acid, and test the acid inside. I'm looking forward to testing this. And yeah, you didn't see this close up. This is the cheapest Chinese MPPT charge controller I could get on AliExpress.com. It's a 30 amp the numbers are here. It's 48 volts and 30 amps. Yeah, the voltage it takes in is a bit different than that, but more right now is all about the batteries, to see if they're in good condition and to be able to charge them with the charge controller. So I'm gonna set up the camera and start seeing if it needs battery acid. Well, just for the fun of it, we're gonna start by measuring the voltage of the battery to see where we are at. So I have my multimeter up here. Right there, let's zoom in on that. Reach. You can see the voltage. And I'll just measure it. And the black one is at 12.6, and the dark gray one is at 10.5, and the gray almost white, the Bosch battery, is at 12.2, and the little 44 amp hour battery is at 12.4. So they're kind of good. The big one really needs some charging. I have found that when you want to take off these caps, a coin is good. It kind of fits in these sleeves, and you can turn it around like that and just loosen all of them. Yeah. That wasn't so hard, so I'm just gonna take these off. Let's see if we have a flashlight here. Let's see if we can look inside. There is water in there. I think the level is just a little bit too low. Actually, this one is pretty good. It doesn't seem to be doing that bad. So, but the big moment, I can try and use my measuring thing. Let's get that. Apparently, this is quite red. Recharge. So it more or less just tells me if the battery is charged. I think I just wasted some money there. Okay, it doesn't seem like that I need to put in a lot of distilled water in this one. The first one does need a little bit. The second one is good. The third one is good. Fourth one is good. I just need to put a bit in the first one. I'm just gonna use this one. It can take a little more. Yeah. Now this is good. I'll just close that up. Well, I was trying to open this and it doesn't really seem like that they want you to get into this. It's like, normally you can take off these caps. You can do that on the battery over here. All this cap comes off. But on this one it doesn't really seem to come off. I haven't tried this side. I'll try this one, see what happens. Well, I'm not sure if how you're supposed to get into that. Weird. Well, I've put the first two batteries on the charger. I wasn't able to open this one up yet, but we checked this one and this one, just putting and trying to charge it. It's not drawing any power right now. It's this meter, and the meter is saying that it's not really drawing anything. Can you see this? Yeah, that's it's not really drawing anything. It does sparkle a little bit when you plug and unplug the terminals, but that's about it. I'm just gonna give it a little time and see what happens. So back to these two. And I'm just gonna check those. Well, I just tried to get into this thing, and it's kind of the same system that the other one, And I kind of broke off a bit of a corner, and this is glued together with some kind of glue that melts together the plastic. So it's definitely not rechargeable, or you're not supposed to fill this up. So I guess if this battery gets bad, it gets bad. I just opened this one up and I just checked all the cells for water, and there's enough water in it, so I'm just gonna try and see this. Yeah, it kind of shows that it's okay to charge this battery. As I read it, it's like, apparently that's the voltage of the battery, and it's a bit off because we measured the voltage of this battery, and on this one it says I don't know. Let's zoom in on that. Focus, focus. This is 13 volts, and this is 12.7 and 12.5 and 12.2 and 12.0, so it's about 12.6. I can't remember if that's correct. I think this one's 12.4. But okay, it's close enough. So this battery is probably okay. Well, I'll try to draw what my idea is. First of all, I have some solar panels on the roof of the garage, and there's quite a lot. These are the old models. I actually have 27 solar panels, and they each produce about, what do they produce? I kind of forgot about that. I think it's about 60 watts or something like that. But they deliver about 62 volts open circuit. When they're not being drained in any way, the voltage over the solar panels, when there's some of them, is about 62 watts, 62 volts. That power I want to put into the charge controller, which, let's just draw that here. This is not a very good pin. Blue button, diode, 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 solar controller. So we put that in. Let's see whether it looks like it goes in there. And then that goes down to a battery bank. That's the middle two. Battery bank. So we need 4 batteries to make 48 watts. Terminal, 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 terminal. So let's just draw both wires, plus and minus, and just have this one be, which one is that? That is the S minus. Minus, just for the sake of it. So plus will go to minus on the next one, and plus will go to minus on the next one, and plus will go to minus on the next one. And then we have the plus wire here. And this is plus and this is minus. And the battery bank will be a 48 volts battery bank. There are some good things about having a higher voltage on your battery bank than just using 12 volts. For example, these wires, they don't have to be as thick as if this was a 12 volt system. They can be a lot thinner. Yeah, that's kind of the advantage I know about right now, and there should be less losses. But it's very much comparable to a 12 volt system where the batteries are just parallel. But yeah, in serial there are some things that are better than if they're in parallel, and the other way around too. But there's the third connection on the charge controller. And I'm not entirely sure if that's an overload switch, but I'm just gonna draw it as it's my house. So I want to power the house from this circuit. So I need an inverter, 48 volts inverter. That goes in there, and then in Denmark we have 240 volts AC out, and that should go into the house, and I would like it to go up to the breaker ridge, so that, let's see, this out here is the power plant that produces power normally, so that one would go into the breaker and use this one, and I would be able to switch over, click, and run on my own system. And here is the meter that decides how much I pay in electricity, because I'm of course not interested in paying for electricity that my solar panels produce. And with this system I have another option, because my inverters that I have now, grid tie inverters, I have two grid tie inverters of the brand PowerJack. They're not very famous for their good quality, but they're famous for their price. And these inverters are both 28 volts to 55 volts. So I'm actually able to take this power and put into the inverters as well, and get 240 volts AC out rich, and get that into the house as well. So it's kind of, I want to make my own system, so that if something goes wrong, no power from the power company, I can switch over to my own system, drain the batteries for some times, and still have power. To make this battery bank, I need to connect the batteries together. this is a method that I've been doing for a bit of testing, and it's not really that good, so I'm not gonna keep doing that. And over here I've tried something completely different. Just zoom in on that. It's not a perfect thing either, but it's a bit better than the other one. But there's still the danger of this getting loose and doing stupid things. So, but it's very cheap. These things to put on, they can be kind of expensive. So I have to see if I can find a better solution to do this, and a cheap one. But yeah, this ain't that bad. I think I'll try and develop something with this. See if I can do this better. Yeah, that's the plan for this project. It's not a project that I'm gonna finish over a weekend. Now the big batteries are trying to charge. Hoping that the big 100 amp hour battery will be good again. And I'll go look on YouTube if there is some good way to open these up and check for if it needs more distilled water. Actually, I better put the cap on that. But thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. Have a nice day. Bye bye.